Greetings from just off Orwell Lane. Tonight, the 50th episode, as we close in on the end of the first season of The Shadow, starring Orson Welles. Tonight, a series of murders occur as the Shadow tracks down the receipts of the crime in Black Buddha from September 4th, 1938. Enjoy.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the Shadow begins his latest adventure, I want to tell you that when you equip your car with the new Goodrich Silvertown tire, you are using the most advanced method to protect yourself against both skids and blowouts. And here's why. On the outside, this new Silvertown has the amazing skid protection of the Lifesaver tread, the new Goodrich development that will stop you quicker, safer on a wet pavement than you've ever stopped before. And on the inside, it has the famous golden ply invention that protects you against high-speed blowouts. But you may ask, don't these life-saving features cost extra? Well, the plain truth is that you can get Silvertowns at no extra cost. In fact, many tires cost more than Silvertowns, but no other tire at any price can give you these two great life-saving features. Remember, it pays to play safe. Put Goodrich Safety Silvertowns on your car now. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, his true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, Black Buddha.
Margot,
Yes, Honorable Master.
the infidel dog, has he come yet?
Not yet, Honorable One.
He is late. You sent him the message as I directed.
Yes, Honorable Master.
The knife is sharp.
Sharp, Master.
Someone is coming into the shop. Look through the little shutter on the door, see who it is.
Yes, Honorable One.
Is it he?
Yes, Honorable Master. It is he.
Bring him to me.
If you will step in here, sir.
Yes, certainly. Oh, here you are, sometime.
You honor me, Mr. Burton. You may leave, Margot.
Yes, Honorable One.
Well, your message seemed to be so urgent, I came as quickly as possible. What's the trouble?
It is about the Black Buddha that you purchased here the other day that I wish to speak to you, Mr. Burton.
What? You mean to say that message was just a trick to get me down here to start that Buddha business all over again?
If you will sell it back to me, you will realize much profit.
Now,
Mr.
look here,
Burton.
Suntai. Once and for all, let me tell you this. I purchased that statuette here fairly and honestly, and paid for it with good, hard cash.
The one who sold you the god made a grievous mistake. It should never have been sold.
The mistakes of your sales help doesn't concern me. I paid a price, a fair price, and by heaven, I intend to keep what I bought.
You will not sell, Mr. Burton?
Not at any price. That's final. Good day, sir.
One moment, Mr. Burton.
Well?
Since you will not give me what I ask, permit me to give you something.
You give me something? What?
A knife in your heart.
No!
So must die all who profane the god with their touch. Margot,
I come.
remove his body to another vicinity, where his infidel brethren can see the vengeance which comes to those who profane our sacred gods.
Please, Mrs. Burton, try to control yourself. Mr. Cranston wants to help you, but he can't if you won't talk to him.
And I do want to help you, Mrs. Burton. Believe that.
Oh, no one can help me. No one.
We can't bring back your husband, Mrs. Burton, but we can bring his murderer to justice. You want that, don't you?
But how can you help? The police have been able to do nothing. Nothing.
But you don't understand, Mrs. Burton. Lamont can do things that the police... Well, I mean to say you're my friend and he wants to help you.
Well, what is it you want to know, Mr. Cranston?
Simply this. To your knowledge, did your husband have any enemies?
No, not a one. He was always so kind and thoughtful and good. Oh, who could have killed him? Who?
Perhaps the answer to that question is closer to you than you realize.
What do you mean?
Mrs. Burton, I want to hurt you unnecessarily, but you know, of course, that your husband was stabbed in the heart with a knife.
Yes, I know.
Well, I saw that knife today at police headquarters, and there's something about it that the police overlooked.
Yes?
That knife was never made by Western hands. It's a sacrificial knife used by certain cults of Tibetans.
Tibetans? Lamont, what could Mr. Burton possibly have to do with them?
That's what I would like to find out. Mrs. Burton, did your husband have dealings recently with any Orientals?
Oh, no. His law practice was confined almost entirely to corporation law.
Perhaps he bought something from an Oriental. Perhaps you did.
No, there isn't anything that... Oh,
You remember something?
the little black Buddha.
Black Buddha. What Buddha?
Mr. Burton bought it about a week before it happened. I remember he told me about a little Oriental shop over on the east
I
side.
see. Was there any trouble about the purchase?
Why, yes. Yes, there was.
What was it, Mrs. Burton? Tell us.
Well, I don't know much about it. I think Mr. Burton bought this statue from one of the assistants in the shop when the owner wasn't there. And when the owner returned, it appears the Buddha wasn't for sale. And he tried to buy it back from Mr. Burton.
And Mr. Burton sold it back to him?
Oh, no. For some strange reason, my husband became very attached to the little idol. He refused to sell it at any price.
I see.
Oh, but that couldn't have anything to do with the murder of my husband.
Why do you say that?
Because the Oriental dealer knew that Mr. Burton had the Buddha put away in a safe place. He must have realized that killing my husband wouldn't help him to get the Buddha back again.
You have the Buddha?
Yes, in the wall safe.
Can I see it?
Why, if you wish to. If you'll step over here.
Lamont, why should anyone want to kill a man like Mr. Burton over a little piece of stone?
In the history of man, my dear, there's been far more blood spilled over precious stones than there has been over the love of women.
Now, here is the Buddha, Mr. Cranston. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that as a work of art, it hasn't much value.
Why, it's an ugly little thing.
Yes.
Do you mind if I hold it in my hands, Mrs. Burton?
Oh, why, not at all.
Oh, it's so cold to touch.
That face, evil, malignant.
Yes, and how strange. A Buddha with a face like death.
It's not an image of the real Buddha, Margot. It's one of the lesser Tibetan gods.
Tibetan. And you said the knife that killed my husband was a Tibetan knife.
Yes.
Oh,
What's the matter, Mrs. Burton?
the Buddha.
The Buddha?
Why, yes, I thought a sort of shadow pass over the statue's face. Did you see it, Mr. Cranston?
No, but a shadow is going to pass over the shop of the Oriental who sold this thing of death to your husband.
Lamont, that must be the store across the street.
Yes, Margot, the Oriental Bazaar. That's the address we found among Burton's papers.
Horrible looking place, isn't it?
You don't mind going in as we planned, do you, Margot?
No, Lamont, but it's not very
I'll
inviting.
be with you as the shadow, Margot. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
All right, then, in you go. Remember, do everything exactly as we planned. Good luck.
I'll probably need it.
If luck isn't with you, don't forget the shadow will be.
Help you, please?
Oh, why, yes, I'm looking for a present to give a friend.
Have very nice things. Genuine jet glasses, genuine hammered silver jewelry, many fine things. You look, lady. You say what you want?
Well, to be frank with you, what I would like to buy is a Buddha.
Buddha? Oh, yes, we have very fine Buddha. You see on the shelf, all size, genuine jade. Very fine Buddha. You like it, lady?
No, they're not exactly what I wanted. They're not like the one I saw.
What kind Buddha you see, lady? You tell, I get for you.
Well, it was at the home of a friend of mine, a little black Buddha.
Black Buddha.
Yes, about the size of this one.
Black Buddha.
Could you get me one like it?
Yes. Yes, I get for you later. You come this way.
Where?
Next room, Honorable Sung Tai. He will show you a special black Buddha.
Sung Tai?
Yes. Honorable Sung Tai. He is owner of bazaar.
Oh.
You come this way, please.
All right. If you're sure you can get me the black Buddha, the sort my friend has.
You come in here, please.
It's rather dark, isn't it?
I make a light. I make a light candle. So I make a nice light, lady. Everything will be all light.
Oh, there's someone back of that desk.
Please not to be startled. I sit in the dark because my eyes do not like bright lights. I am Sung Tai.
Oh, how do you do? This man here said that you... What? He's gone.
Again, I must ask you not to be startled. My assistant has many duties. I will try to be of service to you. I know what you wish.
You know?
My ears could not help overhearing what you asked him. If you will come closer, sit here.
Thank you.
You will find the chair most comfortable.
Yes, Mr...
Mr. Sung.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sung. Have you a black Buddha that you could sell me?
I have many things to offer, but first, so that I may help you with intelligence, this other Buddha you mentioned, tell me about it.
Well, it's small, and the face of the statue looks as if the god were angry.
Angry?
I was very attracted to it. I'd like to have a similar one. I thought perhaps you had one you could sell me.
If you will tell me where you saw the Buddha.
At one of my friends.
The name of the friend. I asked this to learn whether I sold it.
Oh, as a matter of fact, you did. That's why I came here. My friend gave me your address, Mrs. Burton. You know her?
So many people are kind enough to do business with me, I cannot remember them all. You saw this black Buddha?
Well, yes, of course.
Perhaps you held it in your hand?
Well, yes. How did you know that?
You held it in your hand?
Yes.
You held the god in your hand?
Why do you keep repeating that question?
Because it is written, the unbeliever who touches the black god with his hand defiles the god.
I defile the god?
You are an unbeliever, so your touch was defilement.
Well,
And so it is written, you must die.
You wouldn't kill me.
It is written.
Kill me because I touched the little stone image?
It is written.
You can't mean it.
It is not for mortal man or woman to question the word of the gods.
You mean to say that anyone who touches the statue must die?
The touch of the unbeliever is defilement. So he dies.
But others have touched the statue.
And so others have died.
Mr. Burton, is that why
He was an unbeliever. He died like a dog dies, and so you will die. It is written.
No, Sung Tai.
Who speaks?
A voice you've never heard before.
I see no one.
Because I will it that there should be a shadow before your eyes.
A will stronger than mine? It cannot be.
You cannot. You will not see me.
Shadow, he confessed. You heard him?
I heard him.
You hear a voice too, white woman? There is a voice?
Yes, there is a voice, Sung Tai. A voice that is going to bring you to justice for the murder of Jim Burton.
He defiled the god and the Black Buddha.
The man was innocent of any intentional blasphemy against the Black Buddha. There was no reason to murder him.
He died, as must die all who defile the god.
There will be no more of that, Sung Tai.
All must die.
But I also touched the Buddha.
Then die by this knife.
Your knife quivers in the wood, Sung Tai.
You live.
If you were to throw 1,000 knives at my voice, you would not kill me.
Your voice is there, and yet you are not.
My voice need never be where my body is. Get to your feet, Sung Tai. You're going with us to the police station. I warn you to do exactly as I say.
Yes. Yes, I do as you say. I have lost.
Shadow, that wall behind him, it's opening.
Sung Tai, there you are.
Oh, he got away. through a panel in the wall.
Sung Tai! Over this panel! Sung Tai!
It is written, you die. You all die.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone steers clear of the road hog. But do you realize that if your car suddenly skids, starts spinning, swerving all over a wet, slippery road, your car is the most dangerous kind of road hog you can imagine? Nearby cars and even pedestrians may be caught in its wild plunge.
The shadow knows. Last year, thousands were killed or injured by skidding cars.
Yes, motorists, that's what happens when worn, smooth tires lose their grip on wet, slippery roads, the hazard zone of motoring. But don't risk your neck. Equip your car with the new Goodrich Safety Silvertowns now. For remember, this new kind of tire, with its amazing lifesaver tread, will stop you quicker, safer on a wet pavement than you've ever stopped before. And you don't have to take my word for it. The largest independent testing laboratory in the country tested this new Silvertown against both regular and premium price tires of 5 other leading tire manufacturers. And did that Silvertown come through with flying colors? Their engineers found that no tire tested, regardless of price, came up to the new Silvertown in skid resistance. And what's more, you can prove it yourself. Just take a free demonstration ride on this tire on a wet road. You can see the difference. You can feel the difference in a Silvertown stop. For safety's sake, make your next tires Goodrich, spelled Goodrich, Goodrich Safety Silvertown.
Lamont, please don't drive so fast.
Darn traffic.
Don't be angry at yourself, Lamont. Sung Tai moved so quickly you didn't have a chance to stop him.
Should have had foresight enough to keep him away from that wall, Margot.
Sliding panels and hidden passageways. I thought that sort of thing only happened in books.
Nevertheless, it happened in this case, and the faster we get back to Mrs. Burton, the better I'll like it.
Sung Tai wouldn't dare go near her.
He knows she must have touched the Black Buddha.
He must realize that you'll be setting the police on his trail.
My dear, when a man's actions are motivated by religious fanaticism, there is no limit to the risks he'll take.
Well, I'm glad you telephoned Commissioner Weston as a shadow after we left Sung Tai's shop.
The best I could do to further ensure Mrs. Burton's safety. Mrs. Burton's house.
Lamont, look. Those men.
It's all right. They're some of Commissioner Weston's men.
Oh.
Thank goodness he didn't waste any time. Come on.
Hey, just a minute there.
It's all right, Mac. Miss Lane and I are friends, Mrs. Burton.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Cranston. I didn't recognize you.
Is Mrs. Burton all right?
Sure, and why shouldn't she be?
Come on. We'll go and see for ourselves.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
Well, she apparently isn't feeling very well.
What do you mean?
The doctor just went in there a few minutes ago.
Doctor?
Sure it was a doctor?
Sure, I'm sure. Said he was a doctor. Little fellow with an accent. Tough as they come when I try to stop him.
What do you look like?
I don't know.
Come on, Margot.
Hey, come back here, Mr. Cranston. You can't go into that room.
Hey, what the? Mac, quick.
Hey, Mr.
Look,
Cranston,
look.
what? She's dead. Hey, Cardona, come here.
Oh, Lamont. Look, the wall safe is open.
The Black Buddha. It's gone.
Gone?
Yes, Margot.
Then the doctor...
The doctor was Sung Tai.
Why come here to the waterfront, Lamont? How could you possibly find Sung Tai here among all these ships?
There's only one ship I'm interested in, Margot. One that sails to the Orient tonight.
Why should he be on it?
Sung Tai has his Black Buddha back again, and having gotten back his god, there's no reason for him to remain here any longer.
But he said all who touch the statue must die.
And we live? Well, Sung Tai is going to try and correct that situation before he sails. That's why we're here.
I don't understand.
There's something you didn't notice at Mrs. Burton's.
What was it, Lamont?
This piece of paper. I took it before the police saw it, fortunately.
Where was it?
Close to Mrs. Burton's body.
It's torn, as though it might have been ripped out of the murderer's hand during the struggle.
Yes, and there's one word on it, see?
Okumari, the name of a ship.
Exactly. And it's that ship docked right ahead.
Oh.
I suppose Sung Tai thought he was being very subtle, leaving me a clue like that.
You mean he wanted us to come here so he could kill us?
And we're being very obliging.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going off to check with the purser whether or not Sung Tai is on the passenger list. Stay here in the car. You'll be perfectly safe. He won't be expecting us as soon as this.
All right, Lamont.
Sung Tai intended that bit of paper you have in your hand to be our admission ticket to eternity. He's mistaken. It's going to be his passport. To the gallows. It won't be long.
You are waiting for someone, please?
Oh,
I frightened you?
Sung Tai.
You are a strange woman to let your friend walk away and leave you here all alone.
I'm not frightened.
This time you cannot deceive me.
Deceive you?
Yes. You did not fool me with that voice you called the Shadow.
Oh, you think I am the Shadow?
There is no need to be clever now. I understand how you did it. By projecting your voice. The trick has been used in our temples for many years.
So, you think I did that?
And very cleverly. But my reason has explained it all to me. The trick will not work again. Come.
Where?
A place where your friend will never find you. He went and left you here. When he returns, you will be gone forever.
No,
The knife in my hand is hungry. Get out of the car.
All right.
Come, this way. I will walk close to you. My knife will taste your flesh if you move too quickly.
I'll do as you say.
Up the gangway, into the ship.
Yes, all right.
Do not make a sound. I knew when I left that scrap of paper with the name of this ship as bait. I knew then that I would catch a fool. In here.
So, you think I'm the voice that spoke to you as the Shadow?
I do not think. I know. The trick is old. I should have understood it at the time. Down the steps.
It's so dark.
Perhaps if you fell and broke that small white neck, perhaps that would be a kindness, a faith beyond all price. So, stand where you are, little fool.
What do you intend to do with me? Kill me?
You are strangely unafraid. That is because you are such a little fool. No, I do not kill you. That will come later. Much later.
What do you mean by that?
Before I answer that, I must know this from you. What are you, detective fool? Friend of the woman whose dog of a husband stole the guard?
If I'm to die, what does it matter who I am?
You are a fool. Even the rabbit squeals for his life when the jaws of the fox are near.
What do you intend to do to me?
I will show you. I hold the lantern high. Look about you.
Coffins. Rows of coffins stacked up to the ceiling.
Yes, even your foolish eyes understand that. Coffins. Final dwelling place for the dead.
Whose are they?
Chinese. On their last journey across the seas so that they might lie for all eternity close to their ancestors.
What has all this got to do with me?
Look. This coffin. See, I lift the lid. Look inside. Look.
Empty.
Yes, but not for long. Your simple little brain understands that too. Yes, foolish one. It is for you.
Once again, I say you're wrong, Sung Tai.
That voice, you foolish one, I warned you not to do it.
It is not a trick of hers, Sung Tai. How can it be? You hear the voice of the shadow close to your ear.
No, it is not she. Her lips are still. But it must be. It must be she. You white fool, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Knife. Torn out of my hand. Who did it?
I did it. Now you'll believe that it's no trickery, Sung Tai.
A god.
No, not a god. But a voice of justice. A voice and a power that will bring you to a place where men will put a rope around your neck and swing you high into the air. Come, you are...
No. Not enough.
Shadow! He's getting away again. He's hiding among the coffins.
No way out. Look out, the ship's been rammed. Look, the coffins. They're falling. They're falling, Margot. Come back here with me. Hurry! I can never forgive myself. Leaving you alone in the car.
It's all right, Lamont.
But Sung Tai almost accomplished what he set out to do. If you hadn't left that paper trail...
I knew you'd go back to the car. And I had the torn piece of paper you gave me in my hand when Sung Tai came. I made little pieces of it, and he made me go with him.
You tore it into little pieces and dropped them as you walked.
Yes. I couldn't think of any other way to show you where I'd gone. Oh, thank heavens you saw them.
I saw them, Margot. Yes, the false clue Sung Tai left for us became the trail that led to his own undoing.
That whole wall of coffins fell on top of him.
Yes. Yes, and crushed him to death.
Oh, what a horrible way to die.
Yes, horrible. Horrible, but better this way, perhaps. Sung Tai brought death to people, and the dead, in their coffins, killed Sung Tai. It is seldom that the dead have an opportunity to avenge a criminal who has brought death to innocent people. But, Margot, in this case, who better could administer justice eternal?
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine, now on sale at your local newsstand.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.